So I was like, oh my God, so what am I supposed to do? Is there a tissue over here? The interview was actually the date before my flight heading over to New York. So dating was not even on my late radar. So even during the interview, I made it pretty clear. I thought that I made it pretty clear that I was not looking for anything, is particularly the dating or something like that. But funny enough, I heard that this kind of my attitude came off as attractive for producers or interviewers. So you know what? Even when filming started in the island, I was sure like I was not gonna get involved in a relationship. I'm not gonna see anyone. I just saw it as a fun little vacation. And off the top of my head, I was like, it would be a good chance to meet new people and get along. And so I'm just wanna have a good time. But that's exactly what I ended up falling in love so hard and so deeply. Who would have thought that I actually end up genuinely liking someone there in front of so many cameras in the kind of artificial conditions?
So you're saying you primarily were looking for like a vacation experience and less to find love. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, right. Actually, the finding love is the last thing that I wanted to do, because I was a very sensitive, not sensitive, how to describe. It was a very important and crucial time when I was like last year, because I was debating whether I'm living in Korea or at abroad. Love, I was like, love, I'm not gonna, I don't need it, just get out of here. So that's why my attitude in the interview was like that. So I don't need love, just singles Inferno, what's that? And on top of that, I haven't ever watched any reality dating show in my life.
For the show, what we watch, it's of course only a very small portion of what actually happens
Yeah.
because of the editing. So I'm wondering, did you get to talk to, all the women first before you decided to, okay, I'm going to focus on Xi'an?
Some people were very wondering that how dare you just go all in just as soon as you watch Xi'an, you know the Xi'an, right? But I feel like I know myself that I'm very kind of weirdo. Put it simply, we were very restricted, and we didn't have enough time to get to know each other. But I feel like, because I am weirdo, so it means like it's really hard for me to find out the good girl for me. So as soon as I had a conversation with Xian, I was like, oh my, I got clicked with her. So I was like, oh my God, I have, she is also weirdo as well, like me. So I was like, okay, let's get into Xian. The challenge accepted. Yeah, so this is very normal for me in my real life. I'm not into, getting to know many people. It's like, it it's like a very time wasting for me, because I'm very busy. I don't want to waste my time and my energy to find out the many girls and many types. I know what my type is. So that's why I decided that I have to go all into Xi'an.
Can you share more about what you mean by like she is also a weirdo?
Every time I do the kind of joke like mother-in-law or like a little bit weird joke, I think almost Korean girl or almost girl do not like that. Actually, someone was like, you look like too like light, you're not serious. But at the time, Sian was like, oh my, you are so funny, I love it. Your joke is crazy, it's so hilarious. So I was like, oh yeah, I think so too though. So we ended up going to the paradise together, and we really had a fun time. Even in the paradise, we clicked a lot. Really, we really had a lot of conversation, but I think a lot of conversation has cut out for the broadcasting. We have a lot of common sharing content each other, and we are really generous to each other's joke.
When you watched the show back and saw her dates with the other men, particularly with Junso and Jongsu, what was your reaction?
Honestly, as time went on in the island, I could tell that Xian's feeling for me has been like we're slowly fading. So I I've already known all about that. So it was not shocked for me. Just I was just hoping that she would be so happy and content with what she had choiced. So I think just before talking about Xian, if someone asked me, Theo, what would you say if you were confessing to a girl, like I mean, like asking out or to be your girlfriend? I would probably say that something like this. The world is big and it's beautiful. World is beautiful. If you choose to be with me, I'll fill your life with endless kind of positivity. So I'll make you feel like the main character in a movie. I'll show you the world the way I see it. It's the way I want it to be. So I I always keep this in my mind every single time. So even when she turned down my like my flirting at the end of the show, I feel like I was very satisfied with because I did my best, and she said she was also satisfied what I've done to her. Yeah, do you know what? During our final conversation, I tried my best to stay calm, not to make her cry more, but my heart was racing so fast and crazily. I was like, oh my god, I had a heart attack, and yeah. So even thinking about it now, I feel like I still get that rush.
So you were feeling that, but you were more focused on calming her and reassuring her.
She really broke down more than thought. Yeah. So I was like,
Well,
oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Is there a tissue over here? So I was like, but nothing was there. So I was like, okay, just because girls have to appear a little bit pretty in front of the camera in the show. So, but for her wake up was like devastated. So I was like, I want you to appear as pretty as possible, and because I love you, I like you, I respect you. So
would you say did you love her or like her?
yeah, I thought that is kind of love, but it's very you know, it's a very blur like a between love and liking. But at the time, I felt like this was kind of the start of love or something. Yeah. So many people say like, hey, it is just 10 days, but if you get into the island, you ended up forgetting all about the camera since like day three, and you know everything has been controlled, and you even don't know what time it is. And it is like a very experimental experience. Like we are all controlled, and we are like a psychological. We were in psychological experiences, experimental things. So yeah, all the emotions and all the actings were 100% pure and genuine things.
Especially since I think this season has maybe more participants that are in acting or in modeling. Some fans are saying,
Yeah, a
like,
lot of
were they acting? So, yeah, do you have thoughts on that?
camera never lies, and if you really act in front of someone, they're not other casts are not full. They've been very famous in out of the island. I think they can catch a fake or not easily. So if you do any fake or acting in front of them, they're gonna catch as soon as you do. So yeah, we couldn't act at all. We are all serious 100%.
And then I also do have to ask, are you familiar with the word shipping?
Yeah, I've heard. I watched a lot in my comments in like Instagram. shipping and biased.
There's, I think a lot of fans also were shipping you with Eugene, and I
Yeah.
want to ask, were you surprised by that at all, by that reaction?
Actually, I really got on well all the cast in the Singles Inferno, like even with Arin, even Hedin and Minso. I was called Big Brother Theo because I was kind of like consultant in the island. Yeah, we are just super close, and I don't know. Just I feel like I think myself with using is close, but the other way around, I don't know.
You don't know if she thinks you guys are
Yeah,
close.
right, definitely.
Okay, okay. And you said
I
they
just
think,
yeah, just I'm just hoping that yeah.
is there one genre you're most interested in right now for when you start, when you choose acting projects? Is it romance? Are you open to anything?
Actually, the romantic is the last thing that I want to do. I think because it's so burden, it's so hard. But I honestly, I just wanna the role that I want to portray as an actor is kind of like historical figure, like artist, is especially musician, because I was gonna major in piano when I was younger. So, and I have a kind of admiration for like a singer or like a musician. So, but yeah, but after watching the Singles Inferno, I was like, oh, I'm not that I'm not gonna be that bad to have a to lend a romantic role. So okay, let me try.
As you're watching Singles Inferno, you're seeing the potential for yourself as a romance lead.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be very cocky about that. Oh yeah,
Before we end, I have to ask on behalf of the fans if you're single right now.
yeah, I'm single. Yeah.
Has your ideal type changed since Singles Inferno? Like, did going on the show impact your ideal type at all?
I haven't changed. I my ideal type is like smile well and like optimistic, positive, and not outgoing but uplifting. Because I hate naysayers. I never let naysayers being around me. So, and on top of that, I'm extremely positive and extremely obsessed with being happy. So yeah, happiness is not as I think happiness is not as complicated as you think. A single flower under a bench or a little handwritten note, and those small things can make someone's whole day. So that's the power of a little moments. So that's what makes I think that's what makes life more romantic and meaningful. I just want to focus on this my value um for good. So I want my future partner, to have this kind of similar attitude to life, like me.